Good morning, dear students. Myself, Dr. Haripriya, working as Associate Professor in Chemistry, Department of Humanities and Sciences, MLR Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. Today, we are going to learn about batteries, concept of batteries, or we will call it as batteries chemistry. So, under this heading, that is batteries chemistry, which comes under Unit 2, batteries chemistry and corrosion. So, today I am going to explain about concept of batteries. Before going to the actual concept of batteries, we should have an introduction. So, introduction to batteries and then how the batteries are classified. So, let us go with the concept of batteries. So, battery is a device which is able to store chemical energy and it is able to convert that chemical energy that is stored into electrical energy. This is what we call it as a battery or a storage device. A battery can be defined as a storage device which is able to convert chemical energy that is stored in the device into electrical energy. Cell is also defined as, a cell is a device which is defined as a chemical energy, it is converted into electrical energy. If these cells, many cells that were connected in a series, we will call them as that system, we will call them as batteries. Many cells, if they were connected in series connection, we will call them as batteries. So, battery is a device in which if you store chemical energy, it is able to convert into the form of electrical energy. So, that is what we call it as a cell or a battery. So, many cells, if they were connected in series connection, then we will call it as a battery. Concept of batteries. These batteries are mainly classified into three different types: primary batteries, secondary batteries and reserve batteries. So, let us go with primary batteries first. What do you mean by primary batteries? So, as I told you, a battery is a device in which we have to store the chemical energy. Whenever it is put in practice, it is able to convert that chemical energy into electrical energy. Means, only forward reaction will take place in the case of primary batteries. That means, these are the batteries in which cell reactions are not reversible. That means, cell reactions are irreversible. That means, backward reactions will not take place. That means, these are meant for single usage purpose. Recharging it is not be possible for these kind of batteries. After single usage, these need to be discarded. That means batteries in which the cell reactions are not reversible. That means if you store some chemical energy in this type of batteries, these are able to convert that chemical energy into electrical energy. So, whenever these type of batteries are used for source of electrical energy, then after single usage, these are to be discarded. Such kind of batteries are called primary batteries. Examples for this one are dry cell, Leclanche cell. In normal day-to-day life also, we will make use of these kind of cells, Dura cells, Nipo batteries. Likewise, we will use for source of electrical energy. So, all these things will come under this type of primary batteries. And then, what is the second type? Secondary batteries. Batteries which are named to be secondary batteries are batteries in which cell reactions are completely reversible. That means both forward as well as backward reactions will take place. That means if we store chemical energy, it is able to convert into electrical energy. That means it can be used as a source of electrical energy. And backward reaction, it is also possible. That means if you supply electrical energy, in return it is able to generate a chemical energy again. That means if you supply electrical energy using an external power source, then it involves in charging process, thereby it is able to convert into chemical energy. That means a concept of galvanic cell as well as electrolysis. A combined concept is what we call it as battery, secondary batteries. These are the batteries in which cell reactions are completely reversible. That means these are having recharging capacity. That means these are meant for multi-usage purpose. So, multiple usage purpose. That means whenever that entire electrical energy it is consumed, if you supply using an external power source, electrical energy, if it is again supplied, in return they are able to generate the chemical energy. That produced chemical energy again will convert into electrical energy. That's why these are examples for secondary batteries. Examples for secondary batteries will include lead acid storage battery. In normal inverters and in cars, we will see Exide batteries. So, all these are best example for secondary batteries. And then lithium ion battery. So where we can find applications means in mobile phones, lithium ion batteries are generally used as a source of electrical energy. In laptops also we will make use of lithium ion batteries whose output voltage will be in a range of 3.45 to 3.65. We can increase that range also basing on the requirement. So these are, that is, lithium ion batteries are also examples for secondary batteries. Let us go with the third type. Those are called reserve batteries. Type 3 it is reserve batteries. So why it is named to be reserve battery means, like a battery will have three components. That means anode, as per our basic knowledge about a galvanic cell. If you revise that one, it will have three different components: anode, cathode and electrolytic solution. Anode, cathode and electrolytic solution. That means anode will carry a negative charge, cathode will carry a positive charge, and always at anode oxidation will take place. Metal which is placed in anode involves in oxidation, thereby converts into its own ions. Say for example, if I take zinc, by losing 2 electrons it will convert into Zn2+. So likewise, whatever be the metal that is taken in the place of anode involves in oxidation by losing electrons, and those electrons were gained by the metal that is placed in the place of cathode. So for these two, that means flow of electrons should take place from anode to cathode. For this to take place, medium will play a major role, that is electrolytic solution. It will act like a medium. So in among these three components, one it is stored separately. That means one of the key components it is kept aside or stored separately. And whenever we have an emergency, so these three will be incorporated into the form of a battery when it is an emergency or it is needed. Such kind of batteries are called reserve batteries. That means one of the key components like anode, cathode and electrolytic solution, they were kept separately or they were stored separately, and whenever there is an emergency, all these three will be put together and incorporated in the form of a battery. Such kind of batteries are called reserve batteries. So basing on this storing separately all these key components, there are subcategories in reserve batteries, and these batteries are very much useful to deliver high power for relatively short period of time after their activation. Immediately after their activation, that means initially they were kept separately, all the components. Once they were incorporated into form of a battery, what will happen? In a short period of time they will become activated, and then they are able to deliver very high power energy. And these are meant for single usage purpose, and after that we need to discard them. And then coming to examples, magnesium chloride cells, silver, zinc batteries, etc. will come under reserve batteries. So in today's session I started unit 2, that is batteries chemistry and corrosion. And coming to the batteries chemistry, today I explained the introduction about batteries, how batteries can be defined, and how cell can be defined, and how we can convert many cells by connecting in a series connection to a battery. So and then classification of batteries. Into how many types batteries are classified? 3 different types, and they include primary batteries, secondary batteries and reserve batteries. Primary batteries are the batteries in which cell reactions are not reversible. That means they are meant for single usage purpose. And secondary batteries are batteries in which cell reactions are reversible. That means they are meant for multiple usage purpose. And the last category, it is of reserve batteries. So these are the batteries which we will use whenever there is an emergency, like military side, a defense side, like that. Whenever there is an emergency is there, that reserve batteries will serve as a source of electrical energy. So in which we will keep all the components separately, and then whenever there is an emergency, immediately they are incorporated to form like a battery, and then immediately they were activated to serve like a source of electrical energy. So in the coming session, we are going to discuss about what are primary batteries and examples for primary batteries, their construction and working. So that's all for today's class. Thank you very much.